You might remember that election officials predicted people would need patience with the election process. It was a long night for volunteers that were tasked with counting each ballot, but Wisconsin was eventually called for Joe Biden by the Associated Press today.
News 8 Now's Jordan Fremstad with a look back at some tense moments from Election Day.
A lot happened last night and throughout the early morning hours as votes were counted.
We were getting ready to win this election. Frankly, we did win this election.
As I've said all along, it's not my place or Donald Trump's place to declare who's won this election. That's the decision of the American people.
It turned out to be one of those elections where 2 or 3 points here, 2 or 3 points there made all the difference in the world.
Democrats usually benefit from large voter turnout, like the records shattered yesterday.
The Democrats had a high turnout, but the Republicans knew how to get their friends out.
Once again, the losers of the night were political polls.
I think many of those polls let us down. Maybe we just have too many polls out there right now.
President Trump's comments about election integrity didn't sit well with former political science professor Joe Heim, with experience dating back to 1967.
For a long time, he's been saying that absentee ballots and mail-in ballots are fraud. You know, they're just terrible. There's no evidence of that at all.
There is one example on a little American history note.
In 1960, it came down to one state, Illinois.
The election between John F. Kennedy and Richard Nixon involved rumors that year, which many experts disagree on, that pointed to buckets of ballots sitting around waiting to keep Kennedy ahead. Heim says there is some evidence that Kennedy may have benefited from that, but Nixon still didn't ask for a recount.
He was not going to drag the country through recount and lawsuits and all this sort of stuff, because he knew it was not good for the country. I give the guy, you may not like Nixon, but I give the guy a hell of a lot of credit for that.
Wisconsin has been called for Biden, but Trump's campaign wants a recount. However, Heim says it's unlikely it will change anything.
If you check this out online, you're going to find out that the governor of Wisconsin said it's all over with. Not only our present governor, it's Scott Walker, because he knows and we know how to count votes. And the most they've ever found in terms of mistakes are a couple hundred here and there, nothing like 22,000.
Reporting in La-Crosse, this is Jordan Fremstad, News 8 Now.
Well, Heim says that Biden has a clear advantage right now and can ignore Pennsylvania and Georgia and win the White House. He also says Republicans in the past have been the party of mail-in voting.
Many are business people who are working and rely on absentee voting to cast their ballots, including Donald Trump and his cabinet.